Hi everyone. Welcome to the last night of March. It has been such a fun month reading to all of you this month. We have loved being with you every night and reading you these stories. We love these stories every night. So this is our last official book of March's reading month, but don't worry, I'll keep reading to you, and Avery will too. Tonight's book is called Dr. Seuss's Sleep Book. So here we go. I hope you're getting sleepy. This book is to be read in bed. Dr. Seuss's Sleep Book. The news just came in from the county of Keck that a very small bug by the name of Van Vleck is yawning so wide you can look down his neck. This may not seem very important, I know, but it is, so I'm bothering to tell you so. A yawn is quite catching, you see, like a cough. It just takes one yawn to start the other yawns off. I caught a yawn. Avery, too. Now on the news has come some friends of Van Vleck's are yawning so wide you can look down their necks. At this moment right now, under 7 more noses, great yawns are in blossom. They're blooming like roses. Look at all those yawns. Oh, they're getting sleepy. The yawn of that little bug is still spreading. According to the latest reports, it's heading across wide fields, through the sleepy night air, across the whole country, towards every which where. And people are gradually starting to say, I feel rather drowsy, like I've had quite a day. This is working. Keep yawning. Creatures are starting to think about the rest. 2 biffer bomb birds now building their nest. They do it each night. I quite often wonder, how do they do this big job without making a blunder? But that is their problem, not yours, and not mine. The point is they're going to bed, and that's fine. Sleep thoughts are spreading throughout the whole land. It's time for night brushing of teeth at its hand. Up at Herkheimer Falls, where the great river rushes and crashes down crags in the gargling gushes, the Herkheimer sisters are using their brushes. Those falls are just grand for toothbrushing beneath if you happen to be up that way with your teeth.
Are we done? Are we done?
Not yet. Are you getting sleepy, Avery?
No.
Look at Avery. The news just came in from the castle of Krupp that the lights are all out and the drawbridge is up. And the old drawbridge drawer just said with a yawn, my drawbridge is drawn and it's going to stay drawn till the milkman delivers the milk about dawn. I'm going to bed now, so nobody better come around with a special delivery letter.
Can I take these off?
No, right now. Way out west in the town of Merced, the Hinklehorn Honking Club just went to bed. Every horn has been quietly hung on a hook for the night, its own private Hinklehorn nook. All this long happy day they've been honking about, and the Hinklehorn honkers have honked themselves out. But they'll wake up fresh in the morning, and then they'll start right in Hinklehorn honking again. Do you like Hinklehorn honking, Avery? Would you like to honk on one of those horns? Avery, please don't do that right now. Thank you. Avery, look at this guy. Everywhere creatures are falling asleep. The collapsible frink just collapsed in a heap. And by adding the frink to the others before, I'm able to give you the Who's Asleep score. Right now, 40,404. Creatures are happily deep in slumber. I think you'll agree. That's a whopping fine number. Ooh, look at this guy. counting us sleepers, just how do we do it? It's really quite simple. There's not much to it. We find just out how many. We learn the amount by an audio-teleo count. On a mountain halfway between Reno and Rome, we have the machine in a plexiglass dome. Avery, come here. Which listens and looks into everyone's home, and whenever it sees a new sleeper go flop, it jiggles and lets a new big old ball drop. Our chap counts these balls as they plop in a cup, and that's how we know who's down and who's up. A lot of tally marks there. Do you talk in your sleep? It's a wonderful sport, and I have some news to report of the sport. The World Cup champion sleep talkers Joe and Mo and Red Zolf have just gone to sleep, and they're taking their heads off. For 55 years now, each chattering brother has babbled and gabbled all night to each other. They've talked about laws, and they've talked about gauze. They've talked about paws, and they've talked about their flaws. They've talked quite a lot about old Santa Claus. And the reason I'm telling you is because you should take up this sport. It's just fine for the jaws. Do you walk in your sleep? I just had a report of some interesting news of this popular sport. Near Finnegan Fen, there's a sleepwalking group, which not only walks, it walks with a hoop. Every night they go to miles, walk through such length, they have to keep eating to keep up their strength. So every so often, one puts down a hoop. Avery, come on. Stops hooping and does some quick snooping for soup. That's why they are known for Hoop Soup Snoop Group. Now the news has arrived from the Valley of Vale that Chippendale Mupp has just bitten his tail, which he does every night before shutting his eyes. Such nipping sounds, but really it's wise. He has no alarm, so this way he makes sure he'll wake at the right time of day. His tail is so long he won't feel any pain till the nip makes the trip and gets right up to his brain. In exactly 8 hours, his Chippendale Mupp will last and feel an ouch when he wakes up. Oh, we have a special guest. Mr. and Mrs. J. Carmichael Crocs have just gone to bed near the town of Fort Knox. Happy roads. And by the way, they have the finest of cloth. Avery, sit down, please. I'm not sure at all. I quite understand just how this thing works with that one extra hand. But I do know this clock, it goes on like a very slick trick. It doesn't tick-tock. How it goes is talk-tick. Bros. So it ticks in its talker and talks and it ticks. It saves lots of time. And the sleeper sleep quicker. What a fine night for sleeping. From all that I hear, it's the best night for sleeping in many a year. And they're even asleep in the Zwiebhack Motel. And people usually don't sleep there too well. The beds are like rocks, as everybody knows. The sheets are too short and they won't cover your toes. So if people are actually sleeping in there, it's a great night for sleeping. It must be in the air. It's a great night for snores. I just had to report some boys who are on top of this musical sport. The snortiest snorters in our fair land are Snorty or McPhail in the Snore-a-Tort band. This band can snort Dixie, bless you, and Old Swanee River, so out loud it won't make 44 elephants shiver. The loudest of all the boys is McPhail. He snores with his head in a 3-gallon pail, so they snore in a cave 20 miles out of town. If they snored in any closer, they would snore down the town. Do you know who's asleep? Out in Foon Lagoon, 2 very nice Foona Laguna baboonas. We've added them to our Who's Asleep count, which has grown to a really amazing amount. Exactly 8,808,000 creatures are sleeping now. Isn't that great?
No.
A jet is in bed, and the bed of a jet is the softest of beds in the world, he said. It makes from pom-poms he grows on his head. And he's sleeping right now on the softest of fluff, completely exhausted from growing the stuff. The news has come from the district of Dof that 2 oafs are sleeping, and they're sleeping aloof. And they are able, how are they able to sleep off the ground? I'll tell you, I weighed one last week and I found that an oof is so light it weighs minus 1 pound.
Done.
Almost. This is a long book. A moose is asleep. He is dreaming of moose drinks. A goose is asleep. He is dreaming of goose drinks. That's all well and good when a moose dreams of moose juice, and nothing goes wrong when a goose dreams of goose juice. But it isn't too good when a moose and a goose start dreaming they're drinking each other's one juice. Moose juice, not goose juice, is juice for a moose. And goose juice, not moose juice, is goose for a juice for a goose. So when a goose gets a mouth of a juice, moose is goose. Juice is moose. And moose gets a mouth of juice's goose. They always fall out of their bed screaming. So I warn you now, never drink in your dreams. At the fork of the road in the Vale of Valvoud, 5-foot weary salesmen have laid down their load. All day they've raced around in the heat and top speeds, unsuccessful, trying to sell zippers of seeds, which nobody wants because nobody needs. Tomorrow will come, they'll go back to their chore. They'll start on the road, zizzer-zoofing once more. But tonight they've forgotten their feet are so sore, and that's what wonderful nighttime is for. Everywhere, creatures have shut off their voices. They've all going to bed in the beds of their choices. So they're sleeping in bushes, sleeping in crannies, some on their stomachs and some on their fannies. They're peacefully sleeping in their comfortable holes, some even on soft-turn barbershop poles. The number of sleepers is now past 3 million. The number of sleepers is now in the billions. They're sleeping on steps, they're sleeping on strings, they're sleeping on floors, mailboxes, ships, and keyholes of doors. Every worm on a fish hook is safe for the night. Every fish in the sea is too sleepy and bright. Every whale in the ocean has turned off his spout. Every light between here and Farfoodle is out. And now, adding things up, we are way beyond zillions. Our Who's Asleep score is now up in the zillions.
The end.
Almost.
This is gonna be done.
99 zillion, 99 trillion. 2 creatures are sleeping. So, how about you?
No.
Are you sleepy yet?
No.
When you put out your light, the number will be 99 zillion, 99 trillion, and 3. Good night.
Good night. Good job.
Good night, everybody. It's been such a fun month reading with you, and we will see you soon. Good night.
Good night.